Okay, what's up, guys? We're going to be reacting to a couple of videos about building businesses on YouTube channels and with YouTube. So let's get into the first one. This is Gabe Bolt.
I don't think it's ever been easier for normal people to start making $10 to $20, $30,000 a month on YouTube. And I want to show you some examples of extremely normal people doing that. And it's probably not in the way you're expecting. In fact, YouTube's really changing. And it seems like the less work you put in, the more money you make and like the better results. So I just want to show some examples of this real quick.
I think what he means by like the less work you put in, the more money you make probably is like some kind of like minimalist, like the less work you put into your videos, just kind of making raw content. I mean, it definitely like sounds like a cool take, but I mean, I do think in general, the more work you put into your content, you are going to get more views and it's going to drive more sales. So I would kind of disagree on that, but I kind of see the angle he's going for.
This is something I've been doing in my own content as well. This is a guy named Timothy Ward. His videos are extremely simple. They're very clean. There's almost no editing, no music, no B-roll. It's just very, very, very simple, like almost to a crazy amount. And
I mean, I think that's honestly kind of a like
I don't think it's
bad
ever been
example, because if we look at this guy's channel, let's just check it out. Like, I don't know if this is going to be, like, realistic for most people to do. I mean, he's doing a lot of videos. He has 500. Yeah, I guess so. I just don't think this example is a real business. I mean, it's just kind of like a PayPal, a Cash App. There's no, like, offer. I don't think this is as much of a business as much as just a channel. Like, look, these videos, why does everything feel like a scam? Like, that's something entertaining that I would watch, but it's not really a thing that would drive me to, like, buy a product from him. So I don't think there's as much money in this example. But let's keep going.
And he has been doing really well on YouTube. In the last couple of months, he's
Well,
had multiple videos get hundreds of thousands of views.
but this is the thing, like, hundreds of thousands and millions of views aren't worth anything if you can't monetize off of it. And so you can see here, 107 million views in the last 90 days and $1,000 to $3,000 in 90 days. Like, that's like nothing. Think about that. If we assume it's $3,000 in 90 days, that's $1,000 every month. So it's literally $12,000 a year. That's not even enough to survive off of. So I don't think it's really a real business.
Bringing in thousands of dollars each with putting almost no effort into the video. And I'm going to show you a couple examples, and it seems like there's like a common tie that really works with this, because you can't just put no effort in. But this is a very interesting
Look, he literally just said no effort, and then he said you can't put in no effort.
it really works with this, because you can't just put no a couple examples, and it seems like there's like a common tie that really works with this, because you can't just put no effort
No, look, he said it here.
in thousands of dollars each with putting almost no effort into the video. And I'm going to show you a couple examples, and it seems like there's like a common tie that really works with this, because you can't just put no effort in. But this is a very interesting idea that he has for this. If we go to his channel here, it's just very anti-consumerism, very simple thumbnails, but it's real and it's authentic, and it's a real person talking. I feel like with the beastification, the TikTok effect, all
I think this is kind of like this guy's angle, Gabe Bolt's angle, and I agree 100% that, yeah, the use of the TikTokification, the effect where they put a ton of effects, they over edit. There is kind of a trend towards more of like a vanilla, natural side of YouTube, and like at the end of the day, it's not worth it because you need to hire an editor. I mean, you could probably outsource it to AI pretty soon, but like in this moment, it's not worth all the effects and all that, making the polished video when you could be doing 10 times more content by simply just cutting down how you like produce your videos in the process to basically just talking in front of a camera. That's what I have my clients do.
like all this different stuff taking over. People are really craving authenticity when it comes to YouTube, and I really feel like that's the future. This is another example of Alexandra. She's talking about one of the biggest wealth transfers in US history is happening right now, and it's just her talking, right? It's just her going through telling this story about whatever with a simple backdrop. If you notice, you're gonna see a common theme here. A lot of these people are outside. They're almost not editing at all. There's very little script happening. It is just very real and authentic, and that is what people are really.
I mean, I think he's like, that's true, but also, like, if we just go back to what was her name? Alexandra.
Very little script. These people are outside.
Right, let's find that channel. Wow, she appeared on the search. I guarantee she's gonna have tons of videos. Look at that. If you did a video every single day, that's 4 years of videos. So, like, yeah, she's succeeding, but, like, right, and, like, that's not even that big of a channel, to be honest. So, I just think, like, she was doing so many videos, and I guarantee, like, if you just go back to, oh, for some reason I'm not seeing, maybe like 6 years ago, 5 years ago, right? So she's been making videos. So he makes it seem like you can just open up a camera, talk to it, and get the results, but really it's just gonna take so much more time and effort, and it'll be like a year, kind of, I guess, to like blow, or like, it's a process of over years to actually grow a channel. And the way you accelerate that is you do more, you improve faster, and that, like, there's no cheat code, there's no way around it, except editing your videos a lot and making really good videos that just blow up.
They're almost not editing at all. There's very little script happening. It is just very real and authentic. And that is what people are really connecting with. This whole video is just her standing here talking about whatever. And that is actually her whole channel. It's just her either going for walks or standing in a field or in front of a barn with a screenshot with no text on it. And while not every video is blowing up, if you get 1 or 2 videos a month to get 100,000 views, 50,000 views, you can make a living doing this. And when you put very little, I'm not gonna say effort, but very little time into your video, you're not spending a lot of time scripting, you're not spending a lot of time editing, it makes.
Yeah, but I think the time sacrifice there is you have to learn the skill of speaking in front of a camera, and that does take time. You know, no matter what you say about, like, put less time in, well, you're gonna end up paying back that time in learning to speak well, and in 100 videos or 200 videos on your channel, the first 200 you post, all dead, 0 to 100 views, because you had no skills, and they were genuinely bad videos, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to acknowledge that that's going to be a reality, and that's the price you pay. And I think it's a worth it price. I honestly agree with this. I do think you should be kind of just throwing up the camera there and working on your skills, but I also think that there's certain techniques that you have to use to fast track it and to get good and to just get in the reps as well, and you just have to do it every day, even multiple times a day, if you're really truly committed and want to succeed. It's not just a walk in the park. You don't just throw up your camera and make a video and go viral like he's making it feel like you do.
The barrier to entry much lower, especially for new people. So what is it that makes all these people be able to have success while putting in very low effort into the videos themselves? Look at somebody like Jay Welsh. Well, the thing is,
and then Jay Welsh, this guy literally has 1 million followers on his main account, so I don't think you can be like, oh, he just talks in front of a camera and gets, like, let's just do this. He has Jay Welsh account. Oh, actually, I don't look it enough, but if you search him up, right, 2 million subscribers on his main channel. So I don't think it's exactly comparable. Of course, if he makes a smaller channel, people are going to be able to, people are going to go and watch his videos, right? And he can talk about whatever he wants. So I think this, like, the thing that I really don't agree with about this video is just that he makes it seem so simple and easy, and it's really not.
Is that they are doing a kind of like a 3-step process, which is kind of what I'm doing right now, right? Where they have an idea. They're spending their time going out and experiencing things. They're actually doing things outside in the world. And then they're learning from them and kind of reporting back. For Jordan Welsh, he actually got rich, he got famous, and then he lost God, and then he shared that thing actually happening. If we look at Timothy, he's going through things in his personal life, and then he's just explaining them here, what people relate with. If we look at...
I mean, that is true. Like, I think doing stuff in your real life and then talking about it is much better than, like, just trying to, like, repeat things that other people say, I guess. And I would say that you should probably, like, do things or find another way. Like, you know, my system right now, I'm, you know, watching these videos, and so obviously, and reacting to them, right? And that's kind of an infinite content glitch, because there's infinite content for me to watch and react to, and then I can give my opinion and personal opinion back on it. And in the same way, I do think that going out in the real world is kind of an infinite content glitch. Obviously, it's not infinite, but it'll supply you with the ideas for really good content.
At even this channel right here that is blowing up out of nowhere with this exact same thumbnail format, a very...
Yeah. Wow.
Very realistic, kind of crazy looking. He's got a video with 6.4 million views that you've probably seen on how to make pickled Pepsi at home. It is him actually doing something very unique and interesting and then sharing it. You no longer have to glamorize it. You don't need a whole production crew. Well, that does work for the bigger creators who do that. You don't have to do that anymore. You can have this simple, raw, authentic style. But the thing is that you do absolutely need to have is original experience, original ideas.
Also, like, I do want to point out that there's a little bit of hypocrisy here, because he could be out in his backyard just talking to the camera, spitting game about YouTube, talking about how normal people are blowing up on YouTube in 2026, right? And instead he has B-roll. He's showing visuals the entire time. He's showing real channels. So it's not, it's definitely, there's levels to it, there's sides to it. And he's actually not practicing what he preaches in that regard. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with how he's doing it or how he's saying to do it necessarily, but he's not exactly living what he's saying. So
be one of the first people to have your mindset, because you're actually living your life. You're not putting all this time and effort into editing and scripting and doing all this stuff to your video, but the idea of the video, your experience that you're sharing is very, very unique. And this is something that I'm doing right now. Like, I saw a couple of these videos, I saved them in a new tab, and then I'm just talking about this experience.
Okay, but he's not doing that. Like, and on his other channel, or on other things on this, other videos on this channel, like, I think he's also doing visuals. Look, random video, visuals, right, visuals, like, so he's not exactly doing this, and he's telling you to do it. So I don't know.
Saw something that was working uniquely, even though I've been on YouTube for 7 years now. I've taught hundreds of creators who had a lot of them have success, but over the past year or two, I've really seen this format doing well, especially the last year of being.
I don't think he has. I mean, he might just be lying, or I think he does have maybe a third channel actually, where he does do that. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't really see him practicing what he preaches about this.
being very simple, being very original, being very authentic, being very calm, and then taking a lot of shots, because ultimately you can do that when you're not putting 8 hours into editing a video. And that does still work. Like, I still do that on my main channel. It still does really well, but even on that channel, and as you notice on this channel, I am purposefully trying to move less, trying to edit less unless it perfectly tells the story, trying to just be more simple, more calm, more authentic, less music in the background, because you guys don't need to be entertained, right?
Look, literally he's saying that, and he's cutting out and in. Look,
more calm, more authentic.
See that effect?
Less music in the background, because you guys don't need to be entertained, right? You're just sick of that. I know I'm sick of that. And what people want are real people. And if we look at how many views this guy's gotten, let's say 2.9 million views, and I got 1.3 million views on my main channel, and I made 13,000 last month. So he's about double me. So he probably made about $25,000.
No. So what he's saying is that I think he's basically kind of oversimplifying AdSense. AdSense sucks. And I mean, he's saying that this guy talking about metal detecting and making shorts, I think, not about, yeah, this guy's making shorts. So shorts views cost way less. And Gabe Bolt has a channel about minimalism. His main channel is minimalism and money and like finance. So he's going to be making a lot more per view than this guy talking about metal.
In the past month, just making these videos. It's probably less since the videos are shorter, actually. So maybe it's 15 to 20.
I guess he's not making shorts, but the videos are shorter. So yeah, it is less.
But probably.
But I kind of doubt this guy's making 15 to 20,000 a month.
Somewhere in there. He also created a membership that you can
see. Look, vidIQ
15 to 20,000. But probably somewhere in there. He also created.
Says he's making 2,000 to 6,000, and I probably think that's more accurate.
Created a membership that you can join for just 99 cents.
Yeah, the membership is a cool upsell, but it's just like there's no real value that he's providing them. And he could make a lot more money just talking to people about his expertise, like Gabe Bolt is doing, right? He's making real videos talking about his expertise and getting views that way. So that's what I think.
Something very simple to add on a little bit more revenue. And before I get to a friend of mine who's making kind of crazy amounts, I want to tell you about one tool that I really like to upgrade the in one place. You got 4K.
Nope. Oh my God, how long is this?
Trying to tell. And the cool thing is it's all in one place, and you can do the just 100%. You can have.
Oh my God, this guy is really trying to sell us.
Different channels that I have, along with a lot of the music that I use, is from very simple, and it can save you a lot of Actually, the finance space is my friend Chris. He's posting every single day for the most part, sometimes multiple times a day. He's been posting a little bit less recently, but averaging 50 to 100,000 views per video. If you see, they're all just screenshots of him talking about something.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good channel because it's about finances, so he's probably making a good amount of money. And he's pulling really good views. He's making a video every day. The problem is just he's not selling anything. He could be selling one-on-one coaching, right? 5-stock spot. He could be selling day trading coaching. He could be selling, right, investor coaching, or I mean, sponsorship is fine. AdSense is meh, but the real money is in selling high ticket, right? He could, he has so many views every single day, 50,000 views. I bet at least 100 of those people would want to buy something of his, something over, $500 or $1,000, right? Especially if he's teaching them about money. There's a lot of value and money, I think, just being wasted on channels like this. Not to say that's not better than some of the other channels we've seen, because it's actually talking about money.
Yeah, he knows something that he does personally, investing in options trading, and he showed me his analytics. He's making 50 to 100,000 per month in AdSense, and another.
That's the finance niche. 50 to 100,000, and that is good. That's real money.
Minimum $250,000 to $500,000 a month in his other products on the back end, all from these videos, which have no thumbnail. They are not edited. They're incredibly simple, and they're not even like good quality camera.
They're not edited.
edited. They're incredibly simple,
Look at the crazy
and
editing.
they're
I guess, bro.
not even like good quality camera. It looks like a webcam. But because the information is there, because
I
the
guess that was
unique
just the intro.
experience is there, because he is different than everybody else. People build relationships they trust, and he's able to make, NBA player money with his channel and not putting a ton of effort, maybe like screen record, some other things. And so I think this is the future of content. As more AI takes over, as more editing and things get more and more produced, and everybody's worried about average watch time, click-through rate, and all this stuff, what is really going to shine in the next couple of years is going to be authenticity. I could get this
Yeah, I agree.
information anywhere. I could ask ChatGPT for this information, but I trust this guy because he's a real human being who I can listen to, right? And that's what I'm trying to do with my content as well. Now, that's something that's happening with a lot of content. It's just going back to being a real person, going back to vlogs, going back to 28-minute videos where they just sit down and share things. And so if you're unsure what you want to talk about on your channel, if you're unsure how you're going to make money, start making real videos about things you're interested in. Spend all of your time experiencing things,
Make real videos about things that you're interested in. That's how you start.
working on the idea, working on really the concept of the video, more than a perfectly laid out script, more than a perfectly edited video, more than a hyper edited thumbnail. Focus on the idea of the video. Really, without an idea, it doesn't matter if you have the best video ever. If it's not a good fit for your audience, if it's not a good fit for YouTube in general, it's just not going to go well. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be polished. What it needs to be is creative, unique, real. And as people eventually find it, they will follow for more. They will follow more people. Another one is Kino Body here. If you don't know, he's been around for an extremely long time. I grew up watching him. I followed his fitness stuff for a while, and he was actually one of the things that got me interested in YouTube, and it was because he was a real, authentic person that I related with. I wanted to be like. I liked his vibe. I just noticed I'm probably gonna pass him on my main channel maybe like next year. That is crazy. And if you notice, his stuff, it is mostly half an hour long, 45 minutes long of him just with his iPhone, I'm pretty sure, talking about his experiences. This is a proven concept. Talk about things that you're interested in. Go out, explore things, share them.
Yeah, I think this guy really has like the first layer of it down. Talk about things that you're interested in. Share your ideas. But I think the back end to that is get an offer specifically for an avatar and then sell to them. And sell something that's high ticket that you can actually make real money on.
With the world, and not every single one's gonna hit. Not all of them are amazing, but you're putting something out there. There's no longer that excuse of I don't have the camera, I don't have the gear, I don't know how to edit. I watched this video. I don't think he edited the entire video. I think he just talked for 29 minutes. Like, I wish I could talk for 29 minutes without editing. I can't talk for like a minute without stuttering and being all over the place. Like, I wish I had the skill, but look at this. This is no effort, not no effort, but like very little effort getting put in. He is just talking about something he knows well, something he's interested in, letting it flow, kind of like a podcast style of his ideas, his unique things that he's learned. And that's what all of these are for the most part. He's got some of them which are higher produced, some of them with a camera person or whatever, but a lot of them are just his thoughts. 45 minutes of just talking right from the get-go, no editing, walking around, sharing his thoughts, right? And this just leads to his product. So I think all of us are kind of sick of everybody always having a product, but for me, if I'm watching this,
that leads to his products. Good.
The real reason I'm done drinking at 33, or I'm watching somebody who I want to get in shape. Well, now
look, he said we're sick of it leading to products. Watch.
So I think all of us are no editing. Sick of everybody always having a product, but for
I just disagree with that. Like, I think you should be able to sell something, and if you're giving out value and information and experience for free, then if someone wants to buy from you, there's nothing wrong with that. And if people are sick of that, they can take the free content or they can not watch the content. That's their choice.
For me, if I'm watching this, the real reason I'm done drinking at 33, or I'm watching somebody who I want to get in shape, well, now I can just go to their thing. And he's not hard selling. He's just sharing his expertise, sharing his experiences. And if you're interested, you'll check out his stuff. And if you're not, you won't. Same thing with a lot of these people. They'll generally have one way to make money. But look at Chris, he's got his money team down below. He's got...
Okay. I guess that guy's also probably doing a lot more than just $50K a month if he also has a real offer. That's great.
His Patreon probably tagged somewhere, and he has 40,000 plus people paying a couple bucks a month on Patreon. I'm not endorsing this in any way, but look at this. His main link is $250 per week to get more information about what he's giving out for free, which is kind of crazy. But he's not selling it.
That's a lot for a Patreon. Or maybe that wasn't for his Patreon, that was something else. That was his main offer, maybe.
The whole time. He's just giving a bunch of information, a bunch of what he is doing away for free. And if you're interested, you'll go check it out. If you're not, you'll just watch the free stuff. And that's totally cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. Just watch the free stuff if you want it. Buy if you want, if you're interested in buying, and it's a value exchange.
There'll be some brief mentions, but just a real person doing real stuff. That's how you make money nowadays. People buy from people. They're done with being scammed, with getting ads constantly. They're done with all that. They want a real person who actually is talking about the experiences that they've done and sharing stuff that way. Like, this is why I only have one thing that I sell. It's because I hate the aspect of sales, but I love giving away stuff for free, right? Like, I spent the past 2.5 years building my program, 5-Hour YouTuber, whatever. And now it's very simple for me to sell because I talk about things that I'm interested in, like this right here. I just like came up with this idea 5 minutes ago. I can talk about things that I am interested in personally and obsessed with, and just turn on the camera, very little edits, very little whatever. And if people connect with me, if people see that I make cool content that does well and actually makes money, then they'll check out my stuff. If not, then they'll just move on to something else, and I don't have to hard sell anymore. I don't have to have everything be some elaborate scheme. Oh, you gotta get them to say yes 3 times, and then by the end they'll click through, and you gotta like make sure that they're watching the whole way. The people who are interested will watch the whole way, and those are the people that you want. And that's why what really is going to be the future of YouTube is just being authentic, having people have a relationship with you where they want to show up, they want to see what you're talking about. That is going to be the future. It is not the best ChatGPT prompt to make your script.
Yeah, I agree. It's really about community, creating community, feeling like you're someone's friend, you know, talking to them and building those relationships.
Better. It's not having AI your video for you better. It's not all that. It's coming up with really cool ideas and sharing them with the world. And if you have a product, it better help people a lot, because
yeah, and then you need to have a good product, obviously. Yeah, I think I agree overall. I guess the main thing I would like disagree with, I would just emphasize more the back end stuff, having an offer, and actually like selling something. But yeah, no, I agree. Authenticity is great. I think we're gonna